Okay, a popular sex-positive writer in Australia has stirred up controversy by suggesting that parents buy their teenage daughters vibrators so they can get to know their bodies. This is polarizing, and it's blowing up our social media. I want to go to Facebook first, to Cheryl. Here's Cheryl's take on this. Better than her sneaking mine, my...
Oh my goodness.
Yep. My cousin's 14-year-old daughter steals hers. And I rather would not have that experience versus hiding an early Easter present in her room. Hey, like
really
this is a real life issue, and this is a real life example. You better buy your daughter one so she doesn't come into your drawer or wherever and take yours.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a very personal decision, as are sex toys. I mean, let's first of all just maybe throw out the name sex toys and call them pleasure products, of which there are many in the world. There's many different kinds. I think sometimes people hear sex toys and they think of these like veiny phallus things.
And the sound.
And like all that. And there's so many different types, and it's very, individualized. Having said all that, from the parenting perspective, I don't think I would do this, and I don't think parents should feel like they have to do this. I think there's very many ways you can set the stage for a sex-positive environment and encourage your children to explore their bodies in safe and profound ways without handing them a vibrator. But having said that, that might be your relationship, and if that's the relationship you've fostered and it makes sense, and your child comes to you, and first of all, it could be a boy who comes to you and asks for the vibrator. Let's not dismiss that either, okay? I love that there's like a small clap. I certainly don't think that that's the only way to be like, hey, I think there's more interesting questions you could ask your teenager, being like, hey, did you know that we talk a lot about the wage gap between the genders? There's also a big orgasm gap. Do you have any thoughts as to why that is?
Wow, yes, Cynthia.
Wow. Young people have lots of interesting ideas. Get them to observe. You could be on the subway together and you could look around and be like, oh, there's an ad for erectile difficulties. They're promoting a pleasure product for men. Have you ever seen any ads for pleasure products for women on subways? No. Do you ever wonder why that is? I'm just gonna let that sit there.
I like where you're going, Cynthia.
There.
Yeah, I like where you're going. And you're the one who has a teenage daughter.
Listen, when Lainey read that letter, that Facebook message, because my whole thing was, well, Blaze is only 13, almost 14. That's too young, isn't it? Until I heard that. I'm glad you said that, Cyn, because I wouldn't be comfortable. Like, I can't see myself saying to Blaze, here, Blaze, Mommy has a gift for you, or leaving, whatever. Like, that's just not me. We have conversations, though, and I think that's everything. The open lines of communication. We talk about sex. We talk about her ever-changing body. She knows that she can come to me and ask any question. There are no stupid questions, and we're gonna leave it at that. But to actually buy her something, go, here you go, that's just not, I'm not going there.
You know what, it's funny that you were bringing up like wage gap and orgasm gap, because I actually think that there is something to be said. I think like bringing together what both of you are saying, even though I think we're fixated on the wrong thing. We're fixated on the device, but we're not fixated on the belief system or the value system. And that's, I think, as a parent, what would be most important to me. My daughter's only 5. I'm still a ways away. Or am I? I don't know. I don't know. But it is about the sex-positive environment that starts now. And this is an age where I know I can make or break how she feels about her own body and pleasure. This is the age where I remember as a kid, especially being raised Catholic, this is the age where naturally boys and girls are starting to feel themselves, explore their bodies, ask questions. And so it's, what is the parent responding with? Are you responding with, don't touch yourself there, that's dirty? Or are you responding with, oh, I understand that you're exploring. Do you have any questions? My daughter is, she's gonna kill me when she's a teenager. Let's just say this, she's in an exploratory phase in her life. And so what am I saying that's going to shape the way she views her body? I know I can make or break her. It's a very sensitive time. So I encourage her to explore herself, but I encourage her to do it in the right places. At home with your immediate family, in your bedroom, in the bathroom, while we're taking a bath. Maybe not in the middle of the restaurant. She's tried that. But my response is shaping what she feels about pleasure. And going back to the wage gap, I think if women understand, if you're not in control of your own pleasure and happiness everywhere, and you're not willing to fight for and give yourself what you deserve in the bedroom, how are you gonna get what you want in the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Like, there is a connection.
So my worry that for the people who reacted like, no, I would never, to the question of would you get your daughter a vibrator isn't so much about like it being an awkward
You're worried
question.
about me, Lainey.
It's
Yeah.
I'm worried about like what attitudes are underneath that.
Yep.
You know, Oprah did a thing on this in 2009,
Yep.
where she had an expert on, and the
Dr.
person.
Laura Berman.
There you go.
Yeah.
And people exploded
Yeah.
with fury. They thought it was obscene. They thought we were leading women down the wrong path because this conversation wasn't necessarily about the device. It was about, as Cynthia's like going for, women's pleasure, that women can enjoy sex, that women who are young women can enjoy sex.
And that they don't need to seek it out from perhaps another partner to make that pleasure for them. And that is the most empowering message you can give to your young girls today. If you figure out your own body, you are the key to your own pleasure.
You gotta work harder, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think you gotta work harder because I think those attitudes are still out there. From the pearl clutchers out there who are like, oh, this is terrible, this is whatever. The more you act like that, the more they're gonna get their information from porn. So good luck and enjoy that.
Yep.
Yep, sure.